Hare Krishna. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, now we will first recite the Sanskrit, then we will, yeah, also see the word forward and the translation and purport. And we will churn devotional nectar from this. So please repeat after me, line by line. Again, this is in Anushtup meter, which means every line has 8 syllables. Okay. Please repeat after me. We will go line by line. I will say one line, then uh, could one of you unmute and whoever would like to volunteer, uh, just one person, because if multiple of us are unmuted and trying to recite at the same time, it creates some discord. So, okay. Yeah, Mataji,
Prabhu- I can read, Prabhuji.
please, please repeat after me.
Yes,
The
Prabhuji.
Sanskrit and everyone else also, while staying unmuted, please repeat the verse after me. Okay. Maya Javanikachannam
Maya Javanika Channam
Agnyadhokshajamavyayam
Agyan Dhokshajanam Avyam
Nalakshyase Drisha
Nalakshase Modha Drasa
Nato Natyadharo Yatha.
Nato Nadhya Yatha.
Or we could also read this. Many of you may not be familiar with Balram font. It's very easy. A line on A means it is A. A line, this S is Sh. So this is Sha. This is Drisha. So Modh Drisha. A dot under D makes it D. So a dot under T makes it T. Without that dot, it is T. Okay. But let's okay, do it with Devanagari script. Maya Javanika Channam
Maya Javanika Channam
Agnyadhokshajamavyayam
Agyadhokshajamayam
Nalakshyase Modhadrisha
Nalakshase Murdrasha
Nato Natyadharo Yatha.
Nato Natyadharo Yatha
Once again, Maya Javanika Channam
Maya Javanika Channam
Agnyadhokshajamavyayam
Amagyadhokshajamayam
Nalakshyase Modhadrisha
Nalakshase Murdrasha
Nato Natyadharo Yatha.
Nato Natyadharo Yatha.
Okay, now we will read word for word. Maya, deluding. Javanika, curtain. Achannam, covered by. Agnya, ignorant. Adhokshajam, beyond the range of material conception or transcendental. This is a name of Krishna. Adhokshaj means he is beyond material perception. He is beyond the letters a and ksha and everything that can be described using between these words, between these letters a and ksha. So adhokshaja. So avyayam, irreproachable. Hmm? Na, not. Sorry. Na, not. Lakshase, observed. Mudha drisha, by the foolish observer. Nataha, artist. Natyadharaha, dressed as a player. Yatha, as. So Mother Kunti is drawing an analogy here. Okay. So the translation is, being beyond the range of limited sense perception, you are eternally irreproachable factor, covered by the curtain of deluding energy. You are invisible to the foolish observer, exactly as an actor dressed in a player is not recognized. So, or God cannot be understood by mere sensual perception. Many people, those who are carried away by material knowledge, those who become proud because of material knowledge, material science, they think that just like with science and scientific instruments like telescopes, microscopes, we are able to understand so much at cosmic scale and also at atomic scale. So, yeah, with our sense perception, we should also be able to understand God. But we don't see God anywhere. So that means there must be no God. This is a very foolish approach. Hmm? Mother Kunti is saying that uh, the Lord is not approachable by such people whose eyes are covered by illusion. So, in the previous verse, the same theme was described. Mother Kunti had said it in different words that, uh, yeah, what was that verse? Namasye Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakriteh Param Alaksham Sarvabhutanam Antar Bahiravasthitam. The last two lines, Alaksham Sarvabhutanam, means he is invisible to all. Antar Bahiravasthitam, although he is inside and outside of everything. If somebody wants, if somebody is sincere and serious, he or she can perceive the Lord everywhere. But yet, yeah, he is invisible to all living entities. Those who want to shamelessly live in forgetfulness of him, he gives them an opportunity. He gives them ample opportunity. So, yes, uh, he is covered by the curtain of deluding energy, means Maya. So, there are two kinds of Maya. One is Mahamaya and one is Yog Maya. Mahamaya is the bad version of Maya, to put it in simple terms. But Yog Maya is the pure and divine version of Maya. Now, what are they? Mahamaya is the Maya or the illusion of the Lord that works in this material realm. And Mahamaya uh, covers the eyes of living entities and doesn't allow them to, it basically living entities who want to stay away from the Lord, who are still jealous of the Lord, who do not want to worship the Lord, who are apathetic toward Krishna, who are, uh, yeah, who just do not care about Krishna. For such living entities, actually, Krishna is the all-pervasive truth as well, while being a beautiful personality, the most charming, loving, and lovable personality. He is also all-pervading. He is the supreme truth. He cannot be missed in anything. But still, for those who want to live in forgetfulness of him, Krishna creates this energy called Maya. Now, Maya has a parallel even in Christian tradition, and there they call Maya as Satan. Now, there are some similarities between Maya and Satan, and there's a major difference also. So, in the in the Abrahamic traditions, basically, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, there is this idea of Satan or Shaitan. So, the evil, the devil. And what does Satan do? Satan uh, distracts living entity from God, takes living entities away from God. And Satan is evil. But now, Maya is similar in that sense. Maya distracts living entities from God. However, the difference between Satan and Maya is in the Abrahamic traditions, Satan is considered like a competitor to God, like another. Satan has another existence separate from God, and Satan is like a competitor of God. However, our Vedic understanding is Maya, yes, Maya distracts living entities from God, but Maya is always subordinate to God. Maya is not an enemy of God. Maya is a servant of God. Maya works under God's control and under God's direction. And why does God want there to be Maya at all? Because living entities who want to live in forgetfulness of God, as we are being spoken about here, because we somehow wanted to live in forgetfulness of God, we have come to this samsar, this cycle of birth and death. And there is this potency called Mahamaya, which is covering our eyes and not allowing us to see Krishna. But that doesn't mean Krishna is forever not approachable. Those who are sincere, those who sincerely want to rise above Maya, they can certainly approach Krishna. And Krishna wants them to cross this uh, hurdle of Maya and come to him. Krishna wants all of us are Krishna's children, and Krishna doesn't want us to keep rotting here in the realm of Mahamaya. He wants us to approach him and reconnect with him and develop love for him again, revive our lost connection with him and go back to him. Hmm? But Maya is an energy created by Krishna to facilitate those children of God who want to live in forgetfulness of God. God creates this deluding energy called Mahamaya for them to facilitate them. Okay, fine, my dear children, you want to live in forgetfulness of me, I'll give you the facility. And God creates this material realm, which is governed by the time factor. It goes through these three phases: creation, maintenance, destruction. Hmm? And yeah, God has very strategically injected this time factor into this material world so that those who are intelligent will realize that, hey, no matter what I run after in this material world, the time factor, which ultimately snatches away everything from us, it is a big wake up call for all living entities. The time factor renders everything futile in this material world. Because no matter how much wealth we earn, the time factor is going to snatch it away. No matter how famous we become, the time factor is going to snatch it away. So, those who are intelligent, seeing this time factor in this material creation, they realize that, hey, this material creation is anything I do here is ultimately futile in the ultimate sense. So, let me approach that reality which is beyond the time factor. That is of real meaning. That is of real interest to me. So let me approach that supreme reality, which is beyond the time factor. Let me approach Lord Krishna, who is beyond the time factor, who is master of the time factor, who is master of this Mahamaya. Hmm? So, yes, Mahamaya plays that role of facilitating living entities who want to live in forgetfulness of God. Hmm? And Mahamaya also tests those who want to approach God. Mahamaya offers them various temptations. Mahamaya is even testing them. And one real observation in life really helped me understand this point. Okay, if God wants us to reach Him, approach Him, reconnect with Him, then why has he created this Mahamaya? Okay, fine. Mahamaya is for living entities who want to live in forgetfulness of him. But those of us who sincerely want to attain him now, why does Mahamaya still act on us as well? Hmm? There's a beautiful reason for this. And this can even be seen around. And acharyas have explained this. And I could realize this by seeing it in through an personal experience. When I had just come to the US in 2014, I was a student. My nephew, my brother and sister-in-law's son, he was just 3 years old that time. He wanted to visit some theme park for children. Uh, in the American society, there are various toys and all which are and various types of cartoons which children watch. And then there are theme parks created based on those. So once such theme park, my brother and sister-in-law took my nephew to, and they had taken me also there. I was with them during that time. So Now, surprisingly, after going to that theme park, my nephew was completely bored there. He did not find it interesting at all. So uh, yeah, we came to the car. We had some whatever food we were carrying. We had that, and then the plan was to go back to the theme park. But my nephew was saying, "No, no, I don't want to go again. Let's go back home." Then my sister-in-law, she started showing him, "Are you sure? Don't you want to see that? We still haven't seen that. Are you sure? Don't you want to see that also? We haven't seen that." So she was showing him various temptations. But he was still saying, "No, no, no, I want to go back. Let's go back home." Then we went back home. Now, why would my sister-in-law, can somebody answer why would my sister-in-law show him all these temptations? Simple answer, right?
Right.
All
Just so that
parents
he
will.
doesn't regret later.
Yes. So that,
Fear of regret.
yeah, that is one thing. And so that after we go back home, he doesn't insist again, "No, no, I want to go back there to that theme park. I'm missing that." So, similarly, Mahamaya for sadhakas like us plays this role of testing us, offering various temptations to us. Like even big sages, they are also tested. Like Vishwamitra Muni, he was tested. Beautiful Menaka from the heavens was sent to test him, and he got carried away. So similarly, in sadhaka's lives, various tests come. Why? Sometimes it may even appear that, oh, if Krishna really wants us to approach him, attain him, then why has he kept Mahamaya as a hurdle in our way? Now, considering that analogy I gave, can somebody answer why Krishna has created Mahamaya? Why does Mahamaya? Yes, Mahamaya is created for those who want to live in forgetfulness of God. But why does Mahamaya even test sadhakas? Sadhakas means spiritual practitioners who are sincere, who want to attain God. Can somebody answer? Using that analogy, it's easy to answer. But yeah, nevertheless, I would like to hear from somebody.
If you have not fully ready to leave, then you can continue to explore the world, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, nicely you put it. So if we still, the reason why Mahamaya offers temptations even to sadhakas is because if we fall prey to the temptations, that means we are not really that sincere in desiring God. We still want many other things other than God. But those who are sincere, they will say no. They will request Mahamaya, Maya Devi, please, chhod do mujhe. Leave me, please. I want to attain Krishna. Please help me attain Krishna. And then Mahamaya helps such living entities. Okay, fine. I'll not trouble you much. And Krishna can also order Mahamaya. Okay, Mahamaya, stop troubling my devotee. Okay, he is sincere enough. Okay, then yeah, maybe the temptations may even stop coming in front of us. Or even if they come, a sincere devotee will still continue taking shelter of Krishna. After being offered so many temptations, when we still persistently say, "No, no, I do not want this, I do not want that, I only want Krishna, I only want Krishna." Just like my nephew was saying, "No, no, I do not want to see that, I do not want to see that also, I only want to go home." Similarly, when we also become persistent and insistent, basically stubborn in our spiritual life, this kind of stubbornness is good actually. That I only want Krishna, nothing else. So when we also become stubborn in this sense, then we become eligible to go back home, back to Godhead, to leave this cycle of birth and death and go back to Krishna. So for this reason, Krishna has created Mahamaya. Okay. So, yeah. Now, in this second line, Mother Kunti is saying, you are invisible to the foolish observer, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. When some expert actor is dressed nicely, people don't recognize the actor, right? They see him in that role. So similarly, we will see why Mother Kunti is giving this analogy. We will see this in two lights here. One is those whose eyes are covered by Mahamaya, they cannot perceive Krishna around, even though Krishna can be perceived around in everything. And second understanding of this verse is those whose eyes are covered by illusion, even when Krishna himself descends into this world, and he enacts his pastimes, his leelas in this world, the foolish living entities whose eyes are so deeply covered by ignorance, whose vision is blocked by very thick layers of ignorance, they cannot see Krishna, they cannot identify Krishna, they cannot bow down to Krishna. Can you point out who were such fools in the past? Who, even at the time of Krishna, they did not recognize Krishna. And even though they saw Krishna multiple times, yet they were apathetic toward Krishna because their eyes were covered by thick layers of ignorance caused by Mahamaya. Simple
Duryodhana,
examples. Duryodhana, yes.
Karna.
Duryodhana,
Ashwatthama,
Karna,
maybe.
Shakuni, Dushasan. Yeah, Duryodhana was the first name that came to my mind as well. Kans is also one such name, but Kans hardly ever saw Krishna. He only saw Krishna once, and that was his last day, Kansa's last day. So, yes. Okay. So, yeah, in modern times, those who, even after they may understand so much science around, still they may not be able to see God's hand in all phenomena. They are also called as fools, the foolish observer, Mother Kunti is saying. And yes, when I'm using the word fool, I may sound like I'm being very harsh or condescending. No, I'm not trying. There's no mode of condescension here. But yeah, Mudha Drisha, these are the words being used here. So, yes, even when we speak heavily about other living entities, it's not out of a sense of condescension, but it is because, yeah, we feel bad for them. And yeah, that's the mode of scriptures. Mother Kunti also, she's so humble. She's not condescending at all toward anybody. But still, she pities living entities who are foolishly living in forgetfulness of Krishna. So she uses the word Mudha. Mudha means murkh or foolish. Mudha is the Sanskrit word for murkh or foolish. So, yes, in today's times, there are foolish beings who, even though they may know so much science, they do not see God's hand behind all scientific phenomena. And even in the past, there were Mudhas who saw God himself when God had come to this world, like Duryodhan, Dushasan, Karna, Shakuni. But yet, they were so foolish, they did not recognize God. And yeah, they acted in such dirty ways against God and his devotees. Okay, we will read the purport now. Could somebody please read? Jagannathan Prabhu, you want to read?
In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna affirms that less intelligent persons mistake him to be an ordinary man like us, and thus they deride him.
Like
same-
Duryodhana and all.
The same is confirmed herein by Queen Kunti. The less intelligent persons are those who rebel against the authority of the Lord. Such persons are known as asuras. The asuras cannot recognize the Lord's authority. When the Lord himself appears amongst us as Rama, Narsimha, Varaha, or in his original form as Krishna, he performs many wonderful acts which are humanly impossible. As we shall find in the 10th canto of this great literature, Lord Sri Krishna exhibited his humanly impossible activities even from the days of his lying on the lap of his mother. He killed the Putana witch, although she smeared her breast with poison just to kill the Lord. The Lord sucked her breast like a natural baby, and he sucked out sucked out her very life also. Similarly, he lifted the Govardhana hill just as a boy picks up frog's umbrella and stood several days continuously just to give protection to the residents of Vrindavan. These are some of superhuman activities of Lord described in the authoritative Vedic literature such like the Puranas, Itihasas, and Upanishads. He has delivered wonderful instructions in the shape of the Bhagavad Gita. He has shown marvelous capacities as a hero, as a householder, as a teacher, and as a renouncer. He is accepted as the supreme personality of Godhead by such authoritative personalities as Vyasa, Devala, Asita, Narada, Madhava, Shankara, Ramanuja, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti,
Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati.
Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, and all other authorities of the line. He himself has declared as much in many places of the authentic literatures. And yet there is a class of men with demonic mentality who are always reluctant to accept the Lord as supreme absolute truth. This is partially due to their poor fund of knowledge, and partially due to their stubborn obstinacy, which results in various misdeeds in the past and present. Such persons could not recognize Lord Sri Krishna even when he was present before them. Another difficulty is that those who depend more on their imperfect senses cannot realize him as the Supreme Lord. Such persons are like modern scientists. They want to know everything by their experimental knowledge, but it is not possible to know Supreme Person by imperfect experimental knowledge. He is described herein as
Moksha.
Adokshaja, or beyond the range of experimental knowledge. All our senses are imperfect. We claim to observe everything and anything, but we must admit that we can observe things under certain material conditions only, which are also beyond our control. The Lord is beyond the observation of sense perception. Queen Kunti accepts this deficiency of the conditioned soul, especially of the women class who are less intelligent. For less intelligent men, there must be such things as temple, mosque, or churches, so they may begin to recognize the authority of the Lord and hear about him from the authority of such holy places. For less intelligent men, this beginning of spiritual life is essential, and only foolish decree the establishment of such places of worship, which are required to raise the standard of spiritual attributes for the mass of people. For less intelligent persons, bowing down before the authority of the Lord, as generally done in the temple, mosque, or churches, is beneficial, as it is for the advanced devotees to meditate upon him by active service.
Thank you, Prabhu. So Yeah, such a beautiful purport by Prabhupada. First, he talks about how Lord Krishna, when he had descended in this world, he performed such superhuman and wonderful, extremely charming acts. There's one verse in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Anugrahaya bhaktanam manusham dehamasthitah bhajate tadrishi krida yah shrutva tatparo bhavet. Anugrahaya bhaktanam, to show mercy to his devotees, manusham dehamastitah. The Supreme Lord, he comes in a human form, he situates himself in a human form. Bhajate tadrishi krida. Uh, and he performs such wonderful superhuman acts and such charming activities that ya shrutva, one who hears them, tatparo bhavet, becomes inspired to be fully dedicated to him. So basically, the Lord comes into this world to advertise himself, to remind his children who have gone away from him that, my dear children, come back to me. Hmm? Just see how wonderful is relationship with me. How I'm loving toward my devotees. How I'm willing to drive even how I'm willing to even become a driver for my devotee. Just see how much I love my devotees. So, my dear children, and all living entities are his children. So he's calling us back. Please turn toward me. And yeah, so he performs such wonderful superhuman acts that those whose hearts are not filled with jealousy and envy and other sorts of uh, degraded qualities, they will be attracted to the Lord. But here, Kunti Devi and Prabhupada also, they are informing us that, but those whose eyes are really uh, covered by thick layers of ignorance, even though the Lord may be in front of them, they will not recognize the Lord. Okay, so yeah, and yet, so after describing the Lord's glories and how so many authoritative personalities are accepting Krishna as God, so many intelligent and authoritative personalities are accepting Krishna as God, yet there is a class of men with demoniac mentality who are always reluctant to accept the Lord as the supreme absolute truth. Krishna also talks about it in Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 11th verse. Avajananti mam modha manushim tanumashritam param bhavamajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. So, yes, avajananti mam modha, those who are modha or murk or foolish. Krishna also uses that word. So, Prabhupada talks us why, what is the reason why they are unable to accept Krishna? It is because of poor fund of knowledge and stubborn obstinacy. They are just stubborn. They are materialistically stubborn. So, yes, Prabhupada is talking about them. And then Prabhupada also talks about people of the present times who are so carried away by scientific knowledge. They think they are scientific. And because of pride in scientific knowledge, they think that through scientific experiments, we can also reach God. We will capture God through our scientific experiments, as if God is some tiny, petty thing to be caught in their microscopes and telescopes. So that is also, yes, we are not saying that, oh, microscopes and telescopes are wrong altogether, but we are saying they are insufficient to understand God. So, yes, microscopes and telescopes may reveal to us some truths around, but they do not reveal to us the absolute truth. To think that through our microscopes, telescopes, and mathematical equations, we can even understand God, we can understand everything, that is foolishness. So, that is also being spoken about here. And then, yeah. Now, another beautiful point that's being mentioned here is some people who may pose themselves as spiritualists, they say that, hey, what's the need to go to the temples? We can just, without going to the temple also, we can be very spiritual. Now, yes, those who are really very spiritually advanced, those who have literally attained the platform of love of God, even without visiting a temple, they will always be Krishna conscious. Wherever they look, they will be Krishna conscious. But the ordinary populace is not on that platform. So for most people, they must visit the temple to begin their spiritual journey. So those who claim that, okay, so yeah, very advanced devotees who are already lovers of God, it's okay. Even if they don't go to the temple, they are very spiritually fixed. But most living entities, their spiritual journey begins only when they go to the temple. But now those who are not advanced, but they still think themselves to be advanced. You will surely come across such people. They are not advanced, but they think themselves to be advanced spiritually. So they make statements such as, hey, what's the need to do japa on jap mala? What's the need to count? I always chant. Though actually, if we do some experiment and try to count how much they actually chant, they don't chant that much. But they pose as if they chant always. Or they may even say, hey, what's the need to go to the temple? I always remember God. But if we actually look into their hearts, into their lives, they rarely ever, they are so apathetic toward the Lord. So best for us is to go to the temple, to bow down before the Lord, to have all the physical symbols around us that remind us about Krishna. So that is most beneficial for us and for all living entities, in fact. Okay, so we will end with this, and we will now go around, and if anybody wants to share any reflections, please feel free to go ahead. What did you like from today's class? What resonated with you? What stuck with you? Please share your reflection.
I mean, I would say the statement where it states like, you know, I have heard that several times, but it's just that reading it again is like, it just reminds me of what I used to hear at home, as in specific to those where Krishna would kill, be it Putana, or where having that Govardhan, or I forgot the name, that the snake demon, or the donkey one. Those things kind of,
Akansur.
yeah. So basically, I have heard that, and always I think Krishna avatar is one thing where Krishna time and again he says, I am God. And that kind of resonated, or rather that kind of went into my head while I was reading that particular thing, because in Rama avatar he time and again establishes that he's in human form and he wouldn't use any of his godly powers, or godly he wouldn't perform any godly acts willfully. I mean, that kind of, that just resonated in me while I was just going through that. So
Yeah, Krishna more explicitly speaks about his godhood. Lord Ram doesn't speak about it, but still in his Leelas we do see his godhood. Yes. So yeah, thank you. Anybody else? Okay. If not, we could end here, unless somebody wants to share some reflection. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your regular participation.
Hare Krishna.
I'm grateful to each one of you.
Hare Krishna.
By the way, one question to everyone. Before you drop, please don't drop. Some devotees were requesting if we could move our class to 8:30 or 9 p.m. Would it work for everyone who has been attending so far regularly? If we move it, say, to 9 p.m., or would it be too late?
For me, it would be too late, Prabhuji.
For me too, Prabhuji, it will be too
For
late.
me too, Prabhuji, it will be too late.
Yeah.
Same for me, Prabhuji.
9 p.m. is late? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
Prabhuji.
How about 8:30? That might also potentially get late, no?
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
Yeah.
okay, sure. We'll stick to our timing. I'll inform those devotees. Okay, we are anyways recording as well.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I
Krishna.
wanted to share one thing.
Yes, Mother, please.
So when you mentioned why Maya Devi gets pure devotees also. So God is Kanna Virashita Shunnam because God wants one and only, no other Avilasha.
Yes.
We should not be any other desire. Only that is the reason also.
Yes, yeah.
Maya Devi.
Very nice connection you made. Yeah, we become eligible to go back home, back to Godhead, when Krishna is our topmost desire. And anything else we may desire in life is also for the sake of serving Krishna. Yes, even if somebody wants a big home, but only to serve Krishna, that is okay. Then that is not out of the zone of pure devotion. If somebody wants a good amount of money and assets, but to serve Krishna, then yeah, if Krishna is the topmost goal, and we literally not just say it once in a while, we always act accordingly that Krishna is my topmost goal, then yeah, that is anya abhilashita shunyam, means anya abhilasha shunyam. The tendency to desire anything other than Krishna is zero. That is anya abhilashita shunyam. So if we are striving for this platform, then we become eligible to go back to Krishna. And Mahamaya tests us. That are we really? Is Krishna really our top priority, or do we have some other higher goals than Krishna? Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, everyone.
Prabhuji, I do.
Yes, somebody else who has joined.
Yes, Prabhuji, I had a question. So, this is Chandni, Prabhuji.
Oh, Hare Krishna.
My
Chandni
question,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. My question was that, we were talking about that, people, would not even recognize if at all they have layers of ignorance. So, and we were talking about Duryodhan and, all the others. Why is it that if God wanted to, those layers would have been taken off? Like, why did God not choose to do that?
Yeah, wonderful question. So, yeah, Krishna can force himself upon living entities, but he does not. He has given us free will and real love. So, just like we human beings, we create robots, right, to serve us. We may create this kind of bot. We have created AI. We have those cleaning bots also. So robots simply follow instructions of human beings. Robots, we don't have a heart-to-heart connection. Robots are not conscious beings, right? So we are not like robots to Krishna. Yes, our existence is simply to serve Krishna, our spiritual existence. We exist only to serve him, but he has given us free will, independence. And with our if we love him of our own volition, that is real love. But somebody who chooses to not love Krishna, then Krishna has given them the independence. Okay, fine. If you want to live in forgetfulness of me, I will still give you the facility to live in forgetfulness of me. So, yeah, Krishna never forces himself on any living entities. Although he is capable of. There's nothing impossible for him. But he does not. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that, Prabhuji. But my question was also that if Krishna would actually impose himself on those people and, have those layers taken off, and, they can see Krishna for who he was, and then, the entire world will be filled with, I don't know, people being conscious of Krishna being around, and, maybe then everybody collectively together as a society kind of moves toward that goal, even though everybody, is at free will. Still, like, why is it not designed like that?
Yes, yes. Yeah, I think Krishna can best answer that uh, why he really does not force himself upon others. Why could he just not remove those layers of ignorance? And so, yeah, when we do sessions on the three modes and the laws of karma and how all these factors interact together. So, what is a thick layer of ignorance that covers a living entity? It's basically that living entity, his own past choices. So, in the past, any living entity who has chosen again and again to live a very godless life, it is natural that that same living entity will choose to do that again. But still, that living entity has a free will. If given an opportunity, sometimes somebody may be very demoniac, but somehow by some good fortune, they may choose to turn toward Krishna, to start associating with devotees, and then by their own choice, that Krishna will facilitate them to remove that layer of ignorance. So yes, Krishna is eager to remove everyone's ignorance, to help everyone come to that stage, but he wants the living entity also to make that choice. So it's a combined effort. So in case of people like Duryodhan, yes, Krishna would have certainly loved to see Duryodhan become a devotee and give up all his bad ways. But Duryodhan himself never made that attempt, never even had that desire. But say some living entity, no matter whatever bad amounts of choices they may have made in the past, if at any point of time they develop that minutest of sincere desire to rise above their ignorance, then Krishna is always willing to facilitate them. So yeah, yes, it would have been wonderful if Duryodhan and all the other evil people who were there even at the time of Lord Krishna, if they had just turned toward Krishna, surrendered to him, that would have been so wonderful. And Krishna certainly wants that to happen, but it's a combined effort, collaborative effort. So God does his part of helping us purify ourselves, but we have our role also to play, to make that choice, to desire that. But living entities like Duryodhan never desired that. Yeah. But yeah, that's a wonderful point you brought up. Okay, I
Hare
hope
Krishna,
that does
Prabhuji.
some justice to the point you brought up.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining us. Hare Krishna. Actually, Chandni Mataji, you were
Yes,
also
Prabhuji.
requesting, no, to move the time to 8:30, 9 p.m. So,
That's fine, Prabhuji. I heard the conversation. It's late for everybody. That's all right. I will join, whenever, as soon as I can join.
okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.